Hello from the land of TV. This is King Kool with another episode of King Kool's Distracted Movie Reviews. Now I want to point this out before I start. If you have a TF2 server and you have Quake sounds on it, you suck, okay? Quake sounds are stupid. They don't add a damn thing to anything. They blow, okay? Now that we got that incredibly obvious detail out of the way, on this show, we are reviewing... Oh, thank God. Oh no, that's down there. Today on the show we're reviewing Johnny Mnemonic, so I felt it appropriate to play a cyborg. Shit. Screw me. I should probably switch. Oh, well, I'm gonna keep using the gunslinger because it's awesome. Slow. Go someplace I can be not interrupted. Anyway, Johnny Mnemonic, actually I started watching this like ages ago, like on VHS, so show how long ago it was, and I stopped watching it because there's one scene of an amount of gore that I couldn't handle at the time. I was like, oh, ew, and I stopped. I'm just like, nah, forget this. It's clearly not for me. Where a guy gets, you know, as my brother put it, chopped up into beef bourguignon, which I found to be a wonderfully colorful metaphor. There's no one. Let me try to pick that back up. But finally, it was suggested again by Vanguard. I don't know if I said it at the beginning. Yeah, anytime you want to go, friggin', you dickhole, don't take it from me, you dick! Yes, I need to go because I am an Engie and I can help. But, where was I? Well, that's a relief. Anyway, it's about, if you don't know, it's about, data smugglers who, yeah, Scout, take it from the heavy. God, no one knows etiquette anymore. Jeez. Must be grouchy or something. Just... so it's about a data smuggler, and he has a cyborg implant to, take up, data that, is needed. What I find amusing is that his implants, I guess that's dead now. He says his implants give him 80 gigabytes of storage space. He uses this little device and it gives him 160. It doubles it. But then the data he wants to send is 320. It's double that. So he's okay, and he puts it in, and then he starts to get synaptic bleed. And it's like, seriously? It's like, I know it's going to sound like the internet is a series of tubes, but a computer is not a piece of pantyhose. You can't just stretch it and put more junk into it. I'm not doing well. So this is just such a very silly movie that I do have at least a modicum of affection for, because I'll go and say probably my favorite movie of all time is The Matrix, just because it's just completely up my alley. It's... Get yourself run over. It's just everything I'd want in the movie, and this obviously precedes that. But it still is at least reasonably entertaining at some point. I'm gonna do the good stuff first, while I smash my dispenser for a little bit. That's the notes from last time. Where am I? No, that's the last time too. Okay. Well, it's always about the guy saying, "Okay, I'm just gonna do this one more run, and then I'm out, man." It's like, yeah, I want to see the guy who works at you know, who works as a dentist. It's like, oh, I'm gonna extract one more molar, and then I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm Audi 6000. What's beeping at me? Oh, yeah, I can't repair that. Let me tell you, if you like red numbers, this movie, like, I can't recommend it highly. Son of a bitch! 30 metal. If you like red numbers, and if you like people throwing knives into other people's bodies, like, I can't recommend this movie highly enough, because you will get lots of that. And of course, if you like, you know, Japanese assassin people with like a monofilament like whip that they cut people into kibble with, then I also recommend this movie because that's also pretty friggin' awesome. So Keanu Reeves, who has Forrest Gump's haircut for some reason, goes in to, take this secret data, which is obviously incredibly important. Even though this, I'll get none of this. This movie takes place in 2021. It was shot in '95, but it takes place in 2021. In 2021, they have this guy. He has 320 gigabytes in his head of data that he's storing. Now, nowadays, 320 gigabytes probably doesn't sound like as much as it did back in the day. But the thing is, I just looked it up, and if you wanted to buy a $500 hard drive, an internal hard drive, it would run you about $40. And it isn't in Keanu Reeves' head either. So that comes off as pretty ridiculous. What else? There's a couple. Just every time I look away, vote for the next map. I can't extend this map. Do capture the flag turbine. What the hell not? Son of a bitch. I really shouldn't use the gunslinger for high defense. It's not a good idea. So it's quite silly. The action is a lot of people just sort of grappling one another and popping them, and the action is actually not that great, but I don't know if that's what is the point of the movie or not. It's sort of hard to tell. It does have an interesting view of the internet, but unfortunately we've now seen it many times where it's sort of a big, virtual city, and he puts this visor on and these gloves that are like from Minority Report, and I need to stop going around corners is what I need to do. Come on, you guys. Alright, I have to switch to the regular wrench. I want to... Oh, damn it. That put me way back here. He actually called, when he's listening to this big list of parts for things that he needs to get on the net, he's like, I need this and this and an iPhone. It's like, huh? I wish I had the subtitles to see it was spelled E-Y-E. But I assume that's what he calls the visor that he puts over his eyes. That looks really quite dumb.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
Yeah, listen to the man. Alright, I've been going on for a little while now, and I don't think I've said much of substance. You dillhole! So I've been going on for a little bit now, and, see if boom, I live, haha, screw you. But now I'm going to play that new game show that's sweeping the nation. How loud is this chip? Today on the show, we have Fritos brand honey barbecue flavor twists. All the way from that hardware store that's near my house. Here we go. Now that's a crunch we can all get behind. There's of course the female protagonist in the movie, who at first looks really grungy. Like, this movie is just covered in, if you want to think that the future is going to look like the humongous town dump, then this movie, like, is for you, because everything just looks like it's just got crap growing on it. And oddly enough, the lady protagonist in the movie, as shit progresses, she begins to look better, which I suppose is a deliberate thing, because at first she just had her hair matted down under a, what the blue hell? Alrighty, like, we had plenty of time. I picked CP Well because I thought it would go on forever, which is why we refer to it as Deathmatch. It's like more Deathmatch than friggin' Too Furious. I don't have my, whatchamacallit. But, she just begins to look, more appealing, as the movie proceeds, which I think is a deliberate, thing. Wow, 2 of their guys get hit by the train. That's awesome. And also, like, I've talked about the interrupted kiss. Well, she actually gets to, yeah, you take that, dickweed. They actually get to kiss once before they are then interrupted. Oh, why am I calling him medic? He doesn't have his medic gun.
This one's ours now.
Nice.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
I can't go that way. If I fall, I'm gonna get out. I'm dead. Well, I'll just try to talk a little longer. Wow, he got 2 of them. That sucks. They actually do get to kiss once before. That's right. They get to kiss once before they do it. And, you know, this movie's one of these movies that's trying to be cool. I talked about the guy gets cut up, and they have the monofilament, like, laser rifle that cuts people up, and it's pretty friggin' awesome. Sometimes it works, and then sometimes there's one point where someone gets shot in the mouth with a crossbow. But since the crossbow bolt is black, and it always is night in these dystopian things, you can't really see it. Hang on, we're switching maps, so I'll cut back in a bit. Dance the night away, you beautiful Engie man, you. One of the antagonists is played by Takeshi Kitano. I think that's how his name is said and spelled. If you thought Ken Watanabe was hard to understand in Inception, you are going to have problems here because he is really hard to understand. He speaks Japanese during part of it, and then his Japanese buddy, he says, like, your English is bad. Just speak in English. And then he starts speaking English, but then he still starts saying Japanese to him. Thank you for the medal. Which is sort of puzzling. I don't have enough to finish it. What else? At one point, it shows like she has a grenade. The lady has a grenade on her keychain. It's like, well, this certainly isn't going to come up. Though it comes up sooner than I thought. I thought it was going to come up in the climax, where it's like, this was my grandfather's grenade, and he took it off of somebody. We gotta stop meeting like this. Henry Rollins makes an appearance in this movie, and I'm gonna propose a new rule. You know how they say, like when I said, that if Jay Leno has a cameo as himself, the movie isn't good? I say if Henry Rollins in a movie, the movie is better for it. Because Henry Rollins is awesome. I mean, maybe something recently, I don't know, I haven't heard much from him lately, but I think Henry Rollins is awesome. And that's just my highly unscientific theory. I'm looking through my notes. I didn't actually take a lot of notes. This movie's pretty brisk. I didn't do the thing I'm going to do on my disc. I didn't feel like sitting here for 2.5 hours, which is the other reason I'm doing this in TF2. Because I was just like, well, I got to make dinner tonight, so I'll do the editing for this later. I don't know if I can quite recommend it. I'm sure the book it's based on is better, but strangely, this was actually written by the same person who, that's a spy.
Hey boys, it's a spy!
The enemy has taken our intelligence.
Yeah, I can't get any friggin' support here? Come on. Thank you.
We have secured the
Well, I don't know if I have that much more to say.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Just, you know, it's an okay movie. It's, maybe it's ahead of its time. Like, when I went out and said, you know, it's like, well, I bet the book's better. It's written, the screenplay was written by William Gibson. The same guy who wrote the book, so I guess it's okay. It does have that feel that it wasn't, like, too heavily, Hollywoodized. So, I have a feeling that it's actually, pretty close to his vision, or whatever, as far as what a movie would actually be. I don't really want to say too much more. I don't want to spoil anything, because I think I do sort of recommend it. If you're interested in Cyberpunk, you've probably already seen it. Or if you really like Keanu Reeves and this sort of proto-Matrix, I'm sure you've seen it too. So, I guess that's all I'm going to say for today. If you have a movie you want me to watch, just tell me. I take them all into consideration. Just let me know in the comments or send me a message. Either way, it both works. But anyway, that's it from me. This is King Kool. Drive home safe.